Mark Bergeron here with Schwing America, and today we are looking at the S32X. So I'm starting from the back end here as I'm trying to stay out of the wind. The 32X has the 4-section roll and fold boom with 238 degrees of articulation on the tip section. That gives you 105 feet of vertical reach, 92 feet of horizontal reach, and a slewing range of 740 degrees. 32X has the S2000 pipeline on both the boom and the deck. And as we move in on the tip section, you can see our work lights. And then this particular machine is mounted on a matte granite with a 100-gallon fuel tank. Inside, of course, our SCC in-cab controller. So that allows you to switch between pumping and driving modes. We have a backup camera standard. And actually they've got the 7-inch screen because they have our 360 camera system. So we have camera on both the driver and passenger side blind spots. And again, the backup camera. Moving down the side of the machine, we have a 105-gallon plastic water tank, and that is covered with a steel sheath. And there is the drain for the water tank. Up front is where we have our hydraulically driven water pump. Above that, we have our hydraulically driven oil cooler and filter combination. Here we have our outrigger controls, level bubble gauge, E-stop push button, and E-stop. Outrigger push button and E-stop. And of course we have a nice long sideboard that folds down. So you can put in all your pipeline and hoses. On the back, of course, we have an E-stop, work light socket. This has the accumulator bypass option. So that allows you to bypass the accumulator pump in the event of failure. And when you flip that quarter turn, then you're just taking hydraulic oil from our agitator circuit to fill the accumulator bottle. Another option this has is the rock valve auto greaser. And this particular machine has the M-rock valve. And this actually has our axial rock bearing. So that is the bearing right here. And that just allows smoother shifting when you have a lot of back pressure. Used a lot for high pressure pumping. Another option is the CCI line back end. So that's chrome carbide line pipeline. Red light, green light, copper warning system. So when the pump kit is in forward, those LEDs are green. And when it is stopped, those are red. Also, Brundage gets a hammer holder, grease gun holder, and then they put a little grease nipple here on the hinge. Again, those are all optional. Anybody can go ahead and get them. Of course, our aluminum fold-down hopper on the M-rock valve. And the M-rock versus the S-tube, a lot less wear parts, a lot easier to rebuild. Pump kit in this is the 2023-5 pump kit. Open loop hydraulics, so everything is switched hydraulically, not electronically. Better cooling, continuous filtration, and that pump kit outputs 208 cubic yards an hour at 32 strokes per minute with 1,000 psi of pressure on concrete. Of course, an E-stop button right by the water box when you're changing your rams for safety. Get a nice look at the deck here. Stepping on down. Water box fill, water box fill valve, and then we have our water supply valve. 3-button panel, E-stop, agitator reverse direction button, and a horn button. And on the passenger side, we have a couple toolboxes. In the first toolbox, we have the operator panel with our concrete pump and accumulator pressure gauges. Here's our high pressure, low pressure fitting kit that they ordered as an option. In the next toolbox, we have our vector system that of course provides you operational feedback, diagnostic tools, and any fault warnings. There are are your parts books, operation manuals. You also have a USB. You have all your files electronically. Down below, outrigger pad storage, 24 by 24 by 24 aluminum toolbox. And then in here, of course, we have some hydraulic valves. So like all Schwings, you can run them manually in the event of electrical loss. Here's your boom hand valve, concrete pump agitator, and here are your outrigger controls on the passenger side. And there is your e-stop and your electric stroke limiter. And of course the e-stop you can bypass by flipping that handle. Moving along up front, we have our 110-gallon hydraulic tank drain, blowout valve on top of the hydraulic tank, blows cool air across the tank, gets rid of condensation. And another option this has is our onboard filtration system. So there is a 3-micron filter in that canister. Again, this is the Schwing S 32X X-style outriggers, 4-section overhead roll and fold boom, 238 degrees of articulation on the tip section. And if you want to learn more, please go to schwing.com. Thank you.